but it's gonna be 50 seconds. Then there'll be a 10-second break, and then we're gonna switch to the other leg. All right, is everybody ready? Also, like I said the other day, think about, you don't want your lower back to be dipping, so you might just want to round a little tiny bit more and just focus on your butt. Don't worry how high your leg is going. All right, so we have 50 seconds on each leg. Five seconds. Good, you're gonna switch to the other side. If you need to dig your toe in for a little bit extra stability, you can. Imagine that you're pushing your foot up to the ceiling, keeping your foot flat. Good, I'm gonna have you switch back to the original leg. I want you to make sure that your knee is underneath your hip. You don't want it to be really far away. And again, make sure that your back is not dipping. If you are on your forearms, think that you're pushing away from the ground through your forearms a little bit. Good, and I'm gonna have you switch to the other leg. Good, Erin, push some air into your upper back a little bit more, like push a little bit away from the floor. Just a little, yeah. Ten seconds. Good, you can all rest and take off your band. For the next two exercises, one thing that you are going to need is a wall. The other thing you're going to need is something you're going to put your feet on top of, and then something you're going to put between your legs, whether that's a pillow, if you have a ball, if you have a yoga block, something that you can just keep between your legs. So for the wall sit, if you guys can see me. A couple of things I want you to think about. I want you not to go too deep, and I want you to really tuck your butt under and keep the weight in your heels and reach forward with your arms. I want you to almost think that like, you know, like those like butt dimples that are like in your lower back. Some people have it, some people don't. But if you guys know what I'm talking about, that is what is making contact with the wall, and I want you to reach forward. You may feel this a lot more in your abs. Just push through your heels. Try not to keep the weight in your toes. And then the second part, you're going to have the ball or block or whatever you have. You're going to put that between your knees. Your feet are going to be up. I keep my heels together. My toes are out a little bit, but however you want to. And you are going to go up and down. Squeeze up and down, making sure that you're putting some tension on whatever you're squeezing, especially at the top. So same thing, it's going to be the 50 seconds and then 10-second break. So it's going to move quickly. So everybody to the wall first. We will start in 5 seconds. So tucking under, weight is in your heels, reach forward and breathe. Good, I'm gonna have you put your feet up, grab whatever it is that you have, put it between your knees. Think about rolling your glutes up, bringing your glutes to the back of your knees. Peeling it up from the floor. Just like you did on the wall, where you had your lower back, same thing on the ground, and now roll it up. 'Good, going back to the wall. Good, so weight in your heels. Your shoulders are relaxed, your arms are out front, but you shouldn't be keeping tension in your shoulders. Try to keep all that weight in your heels. Five seconds. Good, back down on the floor, feet up. Again, peeling it up. 10 seconds. Good, everybody down. You are going to need your band again. Okay, so the next part, we're gonna do split squats. So I want these to be close. Also, you have the band, so they kind of have to be. If you have like a bed or a couch, you can even do this with your front knee pressing up against that. And if you wanted to hold on for stability, but again, you do not have to. So you are going to lower it down and squeeze up, but not all the way. So that tension stays here. You want your weight to be in this front heel. So lower it down, squeeze it up. Lower it down. I kind of like tap my back toe, but I'm never standing all the way up. So we will do that on both legs. And then after that, it's going to be reverse, reverse. So we'll have 50 seconds of alternating. And with that, it's the same thing where you're not standing all the way up. Just try to stay low. So you guys ready? We will start in 7 seconds. Really make sure that that weight is in the front heel and you feel it in the glute of that front leg. Good, we are switching legs. Remember, it's a close stance. Good. Now it's going to be alternating. So try to keep tension on the band the entire time. "25 seconds. Good, back to one leg at a time. You guys doing good? Yes? Good. 25 seconds. Good. Switching to leg. Twenty-five seconds. Almost there. Good. Now the alternating. Remember, you're not standing all the way up with these. You have about 20 seconds. Good. Everybody can take the bands off, grab some water if you need it. All right, for the next exercise, if you have a long band, you can use that. You can just like wrap it around something that is stable, or you can use a dumbbell. So I'll show you both ways. So I have the band, it's just attached to my bed, and I'm bringing it through my legs. From here, I'm sending my butt back with straight arms, and then I am squeezing my glutes at the top. Letting it go back, I feel the tension here, and then I squeeze up. If you do not have a band, you can use one dumbbell or two dumbbells. It is the same thing. Same position. You're going to slide this through your legs. My back is flat. I feel the tension. And I stand and squeeze. Let it come back. And stand and squeeze. You want to think about the fact that this is in your glutes. You're not trying to go really, really deep. Just think you're sending your butt back. The second exercise with dumbbells, you are going to do a Romanian deadlift. You can have your feet close, you can have them wider, completely up to you. But you are going to slide down and go pulse, pulse, and up. Pulse, pulse, squeeze up. Make sure that you are driving through your heels. You do not need to lock out at the top. You can keep the tension right here and not stand up all the way. So starting with either the band or the dumbbell pull through. We will start in 6 seconds. 20 seconds. Good, so Christina, I want you just to stand up with it and not swing your arms at the top. Good, grabbing your dumbbells. However you want. If you want your feet straight ahead, if you want your heels together, toes out, if you want a little bit wider. But a gentle pulse, pulse, and squeeze. "15 seconds. Good, going back to the pull through. Remember, this does not need to be a forceful movement. Most important is going back and really digging your heels in and feeling that tension so that when you come up, you can feel that squeeze in your glutes. "15 seconds. Stephanie, put a soft bend in your knees. Good. Good. Going on to the Romanian deadlifts. "20 seconds. Good, weights down. How's everybody feeling? Good? Good. All right, you guys are gonna put your band back on, going down on all fours, going back to kicking your leg up. Just think that your foot is flexed and it's like heel to ceiling. All right, starting in 7 seconds. "25 more seconds. Good. Really push against the floor so you're almost rounding a little tiny bit. Good, and switch sides. Think that you want the movements to be a little smaller and a little slower. "20 seconds. After this, we're going directly into the wall sit. Good, bands off, over to the wall. Make sure that your feet are not too wide. Really sitting into your heels, tuck your butt, arms forward. Just breathe and relax, pushing through your heels. 30 seconds. Then you're going down on the floor with your feet up and the ball, block, etc. in between. Good, down on the floor, feet up. Remember, you are peeling it up. Really pushing through your heels. Good, band back on, going back to those heel to ceiling kick-ups. Again, think small and slow. Squeeze, lower it down. Try to keep that tension even at the bottom. Ten seconds. Good, switching legs. When you guys do this, I want you to think that you want, stuff's in my way, your leg to be bent so that it's not out here, that your heel is closer to your butt when it goes up. So think that your knee comes down and then you squeeze up. Knee towards the floor, squeeze your heel up. You have 10 seconds, then you are going back to the wall sit. Try to squeeze your knees toward each other. They don't need to touch, but just think that that's the motion, that you're squeezing them towards each other, still keeping the weight in your heels. You have 20 seconds, then you're back on the ground, feet up. Good, on the floor, feet up. Pushing through your heels, peeling it up. Get a good squeeze at the top. Ten seconds. Good, I'm gonna have you all come down, grab some water, and then you're gonna put your band on and we're gonna go back to the split squats, alternating, pull through, and then the RDL. So you will need your band for the next 3 things, and then you will need either the band for the pull through or the dumbbell, and then the dumbbells for the Romanian deadlifts. All right, starting in 6 seconds. So that weight is in the front heel. Squeeze up, just not all the way. If you want to hold on to something for assistance, that's perfectly okay. That's going to help you keep the weight in your front heel. I would rather you do that. Good, 15 seconds. Good, switching sides. Lynette, I want you to try to pick up your toes a little bit in the front and don't lean so hard onto the couch. Still hold on to it, but now go down and just really use your heel. Better. Think that you're bringing that back knee down. You have 10 seconds, then we're going to the alternating. Good, band is still on. Keep tension the entire time. Think that you're lowering your knee, bring it back. Drop that back knee. 15 seconds. Then you are taking this band off and we're going to the pull through. So reaching through, squeezing up. This is not a big movement. It is not forceful. I just want you to think, I feel this in my hamstrings. I feel it in my glutes. Good, grabbing your dumbbells. Pulse, pulse, and up. Whatever stance you want. "20 seconds. Good, bands are back on. Split squats. Again, small and slow. Drop that back knee, weight is in the front heel, squeeze. Like, take a second so that you're like, oh yeah, it's like really hard. "20 seconds. Michelle Becker, I want to come work out where you are. Good, switching legs. Make sure that you are breathing. If you keep all your air up here, you are not going to be able to get down. That goes for all exercises. "20 seconds. Good, switching to alternating. "20 seconds. Good, bands off, going to pull through. If you are using a band, you may find it helpful to almost push the band straight down and then stand. Because if your band doesn't have a lot of tension on it, you might be able just to keep your arms straight. But still goes back, but you're still kind of pulling the band to have some tension. "15 seconds. Good, and going to the Romanian deadlifts. 2 gentle pulses at the bottom. Good, weights down. Last thing. I would like you to put a band on above your knees. You are going to sit on the floor. It is your choice whether you want to lean back or if you want to sit up more, if you want to kind of mix it up. But your feet are going to be flat on the ground and you are going to push against the band. Try to keep your feet as flat as you can. We are going to do this for 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then you ladies are done. So you do not need to move this quickly. Just think that you want to get the tension here. If you want to switch tempos, but it is 1.5 minutes. So let me just change this. All right, everybody ready? And go. "45 seconds. Really try to keep your heels down the whole time. When your knees come in, don't lose the tension. 20 seconds. I think they broke it. Almost there. 3, 2, and you ladies are done. Thank you